Hi folks, Bob Collins for Diver Supply. You know, over the past year, I've had a lot of people send me requests and comments and say, hey Bob, we can't get into the shop. We don't have a shop near us. Could you possibly do a few videos and show us more detail about BCs? And so this particular video is the introduction to 6 videos that I'm doing about BCDs. Now, the first series is going to be about jacket style BCs. So just stick with me for a second here. Now, some of you have been convinced that back inflate BCs or back plate and wing BCs are the do-all to end-all. And what we really see is the fact that more training and more rental departments exist and utilize using jacket style BCs. Now, why is that? Well, it's a little bit of a standards type of equipment to do training. And what I mean by that is instructors should be teaching to the lowest common denominator of the students in front of them. If I have 6 students and those students are, I'm going to say 3 Navy rescue swimmers and maybe a 17-year-old that's very, very comfortable in the water, and then maybe I've got a 55-year-old middle-aged person, and then I've got a 13-year-old that really doesn't want to be there, then what am I looking at as far as the skills and the capability of the people in front of me? Well, I'm not going to teach the class based on the comfort level of the Navy rescue swimmers or necessarily somebody that has maybe been diving uncertified with a parent or a friend or something. I'm going to be teaching this class based on the lowest common denominator. Now, it doesn't mean the youngest person, it doesn't mean the oldest person. It means based on the individuals that I have there in front of me, their comfort level in the environment and with the equipment. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, if I've got just the 3 Navy rescue swimmers, I may change and likely would change my approach and just deal with the lowest comfort level of the 3 people I've got in front of me. Jacket style BCs tend to fit that need. And when people go out and they travel and they go to, I'm going to say, the majority of rental departments in different shops in California and Florida and Texas and the Caribbean and such like that, 90% chance they are going to be handed a jacket style BC. Having the students comfortable in jacket style BCs, which they are more likely than not to run into, is probably a smart way to train your folks. Now, you might hear when you go into different shops or you talk to different people, somebody that says, oh, when you become a real diver, you're going to want a back inflate BC, or you're going to want a back plate and wing. Well, you know, that might be partially true, but more than likely, it's kind of an iffy thing. Some people, and I experience it, you see, I'm right here in the Jacksonville store on the sales floor, and I come out, I work with people all the time, and a lot of people will tell me, I did my training in a jacket style BC, and that's what I'm comfortable with. So when I start working with people, they walk in the door, I make sure I do what we call question selling. So what levels diver are you? How many dives do you have? What are your plans for your diving in the future? I don't necessarily tell them, or tell everybody, that's for sure, that, when you become a good diver or whatever it happens to be, it's more about what the individual's going to do, not what I envision that the individual diver's going to be doing. So I let kindergartners be kindergartners. Let them use their simplistic calculator or whatever. I don't reach out there and get a college level physics computer or calculator and give it to a kindergartner. I try to make it apropos for where somebody is, and yes, where they're going does have some application to it. And I'll get back to the reason about this particular video and this series of videos. It's going to be about 6 different jacket style BCs that we carry right here on the sales floor. I went out and grabbed them yesterday, brought them over here. And what I've done is this: because you've asked for more detail about the BCs, not just, yeah, it comes in these different sizes, yes, it's got this type of lift. That's not what I'm going to be doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of these BCs, and in essence, I'm going to pick it apart top to bottom. I'm not going to say what's better than the other. I'm not going to say what I recommend. This information is for your benefit and your use in your decision making. So again, I'm going to start right up here at the top. I'm going to work my way down with each one, talking about what Bob sees on these different BCDs, and that should give you good information, good fuel for you making a decision on something you can't put your hands on. And of course, I think everybody hates ordering something and then they get it and now they've got it in their hands and it's not what they thought it was going to be. And I'm doing this so that somebody that lives out in wherever, or if you're just not able to get to a convenient scuba shop, and not all scuba shops carry every different brand out there. This is a Tusa Liberator. This is a Sea Elite. It's called a Scout, all right? And then over here, I've got an Aqualung Pro HD. There's a male and a female version of this. Right here, this is a Maris or Mars, and this is called the Prestige. Back here, I've got a Sherwood Avid, and then lastly down here, I've got a Scuba Pro Glide. So it's kind of a wide range of BCDs, manufacturers. These are all mediums, and I'm going to ask a couple of people who work with me here in the Jacksonville store on the sales floor to come up and kind of be Vanna or whoever to kind of help me out and have them try them on, put their hands in the different places. And these people are everything from rescue level divers, dive masters, that sort of thing, and they work out here on the sales floor. So you're going to get to meet some other people that work here within the Diver Supply organization. So like I said, this is kind of a preamble to these 6 videos, so watch for them. And it's It's not really a battle of the jacket style BCs, but I may call it that. But it's not saying one's better than the other. Each one of these will allow you to look, and maybe you'll take a second look. Maybe you'll say, well, I want to look again at the video on the Liberator and the Glide, or I want to look at more about the Avid. It's going to give you very detailed looks. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you'd reach down and hit the subscribe button. That way you'll see these other videos popping up online. And again, I appreciate you being here. And as I always say at the end of the videos, dive safe out there, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks a lot.